America is watching a heavyweight fight, not in a boxing ring, but online and in the halls of power. In one corner, President Donald Trump, the ultimate political brawler, commanding the world's most powerful government. In the other, Elon Musk, tech titan, Mars dreamer, and the man behind companies vital to America's future. This is more than a clash of egos. It's a battle that could reshape the country, the stakes, the economy, the future of space, and the relationship between government and the private sector. When a president targets a top innovator, shockwaves hit the stock market and threaten thousands of jobs. Once Trump and Musk were allies, Trump needed Musk's futuristic image, Musk needed Trump's political muscle. Together, they fused old-school power with new-school disruption, but that alliance is shattered. Now they're locked in a public feud that stunned Washington and Silicon Valley. The world is watching. Who will blink first? This story breaks down how a partnership became a war. We'll examine the key moments that turned allies into enemies. We'll explore the fallout for business, the economy, and government. This isn't a celebrity spat, it's a defining moment for America in 2025. It forces us to ask, who really holds the power, elected officials or unelected tech billionaires? The outcome will answer that question. Let's dive into the making of this extraordinary conflict. Scene transition, end of scene 1. Trump and Musk's story began with mutual admiration and a strategic alliance. In 2017, Musk joined Trump's Business Advisory Council. Trump got a modern image. Musk got a direct line to the White House. Their partnership deepened after Trump's 2024 victory, with Musk pouring $250 million into the campaign. Trump rewarded Musk with a powerful government post head of the Department of Government Efficiency. Musk slashed bureaucracy, closed agencies, and for a moment they were the ultimate power duo. But cracks soon appeared. Musk became more outspoken, using X to criticize both parties and position himself as a radical centrist. Trump demands loyalty. Musk answers to no one. Tension simmered behind the scenes. The breaking point, May 2025. Musk abruptly resigned as government advisor. The alliance was over. Musk stepped away, becoming an outsider again. This set the stage for a public confrontation. The transition from trusted insider to powerful enemy was complete. The battle lines were drawn, and the next move would ignite the conflict. Scene transition. End of scene 2. Every war has a spark. For Trump and Musk, it was a tweet. On June 3, 2025, Musk blasted Trump's $2.5 trillion Big Beautiful Bill on X, calling it a disgusting abomination packed with waste and corporate welfare. This wasn't just policy criticism. It was a direct assault on Trump's authority and identity as a dealmaker. Musk, who'd just spent months slashing government waste, saw the bill as a betrayal of his mission. By attacking the bill, Musk challenged Trump at his core. The White House tried to downplay it, but the damage was done. This wasn't just any critic. This was Trump's former ally and major backer. Musk's public denunciation gave ammunition to Trump's opponents and rattled his supporters. Musk knew what he was doing, using his platform to challenge the president on his biggest project. He drew a line in the sand. A Trump response was inevitable. The feud was about to explode into the open. Scene transition. End of scene 3. Trump never lets an attack go unanswered. He fired back on Truth Social, calling Musk ungrateful, arrogant, and unstable. Trump accused Musk of Trump derangement syndrome and questioned his mental state and patriotism. The message the relationship was over. Trump escalated, threatening to terminate billions in federal contracts with SpaceX and Tesla. He warned Musk against funding Democratic opponents, using the power of the presidency to intimidate. Trump's attacks turned personal, calling Musk a big-time drug addict and a danger to society. The goal: destroy Musk's reputation and send a warning to others. If you challenge Trump, he'll come after your business, your reputation, and your life. The war had officially begun. The fallout would be swift and severe. Scene transition. End of scene 4. Lines removed, 15. Total lines, 16. The Trump-Musk feud wasn't just a media spectacle, it had real-world consequences. The first casualty, the stock market. Tesla's stock plummeted, losing over $150 billion in value in days. Pension funds, mutual funds, and everyday investors saw their wealth evaporate. The fear Trump's threats to cancel federal contracts could devastate Tesla's bottom line. The entire tech sector felt the chill. If Trump could target Musk, who was safe? Political risks surged, and investors took notice. In frustration, Musk briefly threatened to ground the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft, America's only crewed vehicle to the ISS. He quickly reversed course, but the stakes were clear. This was about more than money. It was about national infrastructure. The conflict was now a crisis. Just when the feud seemed at its peak, Musk made his boldest move. He tweeted a veiled reference to Trump and the sealed Jeffrey Epstein files, implying Trump had something to hide. The insinuation was explosive. Musk was now trafficking in conspiracy. The goal: inflict maximum damage on Trump's character. Trump's camp dismissed the claim, calling it desperate and baseless. But on social media, the accusation went viral, amplified by critics and conspiracy theorists. The mud stuck, forcing mainstream media to cover it. Musk showed he'd use any weapon in this war: policy, business, or personal attacks. The feud had become a full-scale information war. The government was forced to respond. Scene transition. End of scene 6. Trump's threats to cancel Musk's contract sent shockwaves through the government. Agencies relying on SpaceX and Tesla scrambled for alternatives. NASA, dependent on SpaceX for ISS missions, reopened talks with Boeing and Blue Origin. The message: NASA needed a plan B, fast. The Pentagon, reliant on SpaceX for national security launches, began reassessing its contracts. The goal: reduce dependence on Musk and diversify suppliers. Suddenly, competitors like Boeing and United Launch Alliance saw new opportunities. The feud wasn't just destroying a partnership, it was reshaping the entire aerospace industry. The ripple effects were just beginning. Scene transition. End of scene 7. Lines removed, 13. Total lines, 14. As the feud raged, powerful voices weighed in. Steve Bannon urged Trump to go harder, calling for investigations and even questioning Musk's immigration status. On Musk's side, his father Errol described the fight as two silverback gorillas and predicted Trump would win. Michael Cohen, Trump's former fixer, warned Musk, "You don't poke the bear unless you're ready for war." Even Vice President J.D. Vance called Musk's attacks nuclear and doubted reconciliation was possible. The consensus: Musk had crossed a line and the consequences would be severe. The fight was now total war. The nation braced for what would come next. Scene transition. End of scene 8. Lines removed, 13. Total lines, 12. As of June 8, 2025, an uneasy quiet has settled. Musk is silent on social media, but no one thinks this is over. The damage is done, the conflict unresolved. We're in a tense waiting period, a cold war that could erupt again. One path, a fragile truce with both sides retreating to their corners. More likely, a campaign of quiet revenge, regulatory hurdles, investigations, and secret political funding. Or, this could be just the start, a broader war between big tech and government. Other tech leaders may have to choose sides, shaping the next decade of American power. The Trump-Musk feud has opened Pandora's box. What comes next will affect us all.